took a minute to get like this. Came up humble as a jit. Times pass, I do not miss. So I made up for the shit. From message boards to the Fillmore. From penning letters to drilling the ones I dreamed for. From the sidekick, staying so quiet. Now I play the pilot, none of that fuck shit flying. On any beat I'm sliding, MJ glove shining. You might be pressure, but we cut from different diamonds. Stock steady rising, changing the climate. Weather way better with T in the environment. ST, best hit, get into my next hit. Switch flipping sick, do not see arresting it. This one right here special, raw at every level. Seth Rollins curve, stomp my foot to the pedal. I'm top 2 and not 2. I'm top 2 and not 2. Every verse a Juan Soto at bat, ain't catching that. Calling my shot way past the warning track. Elevating my efforts, no kicking back. Only relax.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Saturday, October 8th, 2022. This is Spade of Spades podcast. We are back in the studio. Fall is in full effect. Good people. It feels amazing outside. It's chilly.
Season!
Come on, man. Listen. I said this last show. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about our energy, man. Nobody cares about your energy, man.
Whatever.
Cowboy fan?
Hell no.
I'm about to say.
I'm a Buccaneers fan.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I fuck with Tom Brady.
Yeah,
That's not why I'm a Buccaneers fan. I've been a Buccaneers fan.
yeah. He been a fan for a minute.
Yeah.
But what's going on, good people? We are back. We have a special guest in the studio. TeeJay, brother, what's going on, man?
What is going on with you, Vic? How you doing, my brother?
What's good, brother?
Bless. Obviously happy to still be walking this earth because it's crazy out here, of course. But real quick before we move further, so like me and TeeJay go way back to the Go-Go Central days.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We go way back to them days, man.
From message boards to the Fillmore, it's not a lot. It's not a lot.
Man.
GGC, and we've talked about Go-Go on the show, plenty of times, but like when part of the era in which we talk about that was popping, with the bounce beat, that's when GGC was popping too.
That was Go Spotify on everything. On everything.
Yeah.
Bro, it was so lit. It was so lit. You can message different people, get different bands you never even heard before, and it was just.
But even besides Go-Go Central, we started following you on Facebook.
Yeah.
And obviously, we are homers, so we follow closely what's going on here at home. Right. So just like the way he thinks and the way he moves and the way he sees things, is very similar into how I like think and see things, just from like from a wide lens versus just like a very narrow point of view. So welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Real quick before we get too far, for those who don't know who you are, just give some brief background on who you are, where you come from, obviously, things of that sort.
Got you. TeeJay Marshall. Old as hell, 31 years old. I'm getting up there in age.
I'm right behind you.
From C Pleasant, PG County, born and raised.
Okay.
So that's about it. So I went to Suland. That's pretty much it. So I've been rapping for about 10 years. I was in a group, Fly Rebel Society. You might have remembered that.
I remember that.
So we performed at the Fillmore. We performed at South by for like little short performance there. And that's pretty much about it. 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
But it worked.
I'm seasoning this.
When I was listening to your music, it's you hear it. You know
Appreciate that.
You've been doing it. You're doing it for a little while, so I can see the time that you put in. One of the songs I was listening to was "What's Left." That joint's hard.
Thank you.
And
shout out my man Bryson Bill on the beat.
Yeah, that joint is hard, and it's a verse that you said in there. It's time on the show that we talked about having like your own timeline.
Yep.
Like don't disrespect. Don't just because you're not there yet at a certain age. That's your timeline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had something. He was like, what's left?
A lot.
Niggas fuck up the spot, but it's trying to speed up the plot.
Yep.
When he said that, I was like, man. I was like, oh man. I was like, that just hit me because I be having trouble with that. So when you said that, I was like, oh, this man got some substance. I'm like, he's just not saying nothing. You know something. You know what I'm saying? He's just not saying anything. He got some substance to your music. I was like, man, okay. Right. Okay.
Thank you.
You got my respect.
And what's great about his music too is like his music is a reflection of like how he like really see as far as like how he thinks and like see things and like view things. I mean, because he's very well connected as far as like everything that's going on out here. So, we've had plenty of other artists on the show. So just give the folks out there some background on what brought you down this path. Where did it come from? Who's your inspiration?
What's funny as I've been reflecting on like music and shit, I think I was like destined to do this shit, bro. Funny story. When I was in the 6th grade,
that's crazy.
A couple people that we had on say the same thing.
Yeah.
When I was in the 6th grade, I was the master of ceremonies for my promotion and shit.
Okay.
In school, I was a quiet dude. Like I would never expect to do shit like that. But I guess the teacher saw something in me. So from there, I can't say from that moment I said I'm gonna be a rapper, but that was like the starting point. When I said I wanted to be a rapper, it was probably in high school. It was this local hip hop group going around PG County schools and shit doing a mixtape. Being the shy dude that I am, I ain't get on that jump. But that was the initial kickoff to say, all right, I'm gonna do this rap shit. Yeah. My man's bought me a microphone, and from there it's been a rap.
That's crazy.
Say my influences. Say
I got one person that like the field that you give me to. Like I'm gonna let you say it.
No, go ahead. I'll go ahead.
You want me to say it first?
Yeah.
You give me a currency feel.
Yeah. What's funny though, bro? I was never a fan of currency till I got to college. I didn't smoke weed.
Me too.
Hey.
Me too. I mean, I dabbled in weed before college, but then it got absurd in college. But yeah, that was the same thing with me too. Because I heard currency without knowing I heard currency.
Yeah,
on the Cash App. Didn't know that was currency.
Yes, same.
So when I found out that was currency, I was like, oh yeah, I need to know more because I was trying to figure out who Cuz was. So when I got hip, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah.
So now when I got in the spitter, this is a funny story too. I was in my dorm room by myself just chilling. I ain't had nothing else to do. So I'm just on that piff trying to find mixtapes and shit to listen to. Come across Smokey Robinson. From there, I was just a Spitter fan. From there, I was always a Spitter fan. Spitter, Wale. People say I look like Wale when I had my hair and shit. I didn't really see that.
I would say
nah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's just like when you feel a certain build is like you always look like somebody that fit a certain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I look like every bald head nigga with a beard. You know what I'm saying? They go, you twin. I'm like, I slap all of y'all. Like, what are y'all talking about? This nigga like Forrest Whitaker. You talking about?
Right.
We looking like because we bald head with beard. Like, stop playing with me.
I'm not even gonna get into my. I ain't gonna get to my lookalikes.
I just say
Columbus.
Who you saying?
Columbus. I heard somebody say Columbus.
Yeah. What, Columbus Short, Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Somebody say Kevin Hart?
Yes.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, number Columbus Short, not Kevin Hart.
Like, number one, I'm taller than him. I don't got my money, but I'm taller than him. But yeah.
Say but Wale, Currency,
Yep.
J. Cole, it's just a lot. It's probably many more that's not coming to mind right now. But yeah. But anybody who was laid back, not on no super gangster shit,
right?
Yeah, real lyrical rap, yeah.
And that's what I was getting ready to ask you, like, what? For those who haven't listened to your music, like, what style, do you prefer? Is it more so lyrical, the poetry aspect to it?
I would say it's lyrical, but it's not like super preachy. Like I try to make uplifting music. Like we gonna be alright type shit.
Yeah.
Say if anybody listen to my music, I want them to say I could do it too. Like if you a kid right now who's teased, bullied, you don't really you're trying to find your way in life. That's who I make music for. The people who still trying to find their way in life.
All right. It's crazy how quiet folks who were quiet in school have turned to music, and you wouldn't even think they were like lyrically inclined and knew what they were talking about because you didn't hear them say anything in school.
Yeah. And
now they make a music. When you listen to their music, they know what they're talking about.
IDK.
Right. Because
I didn't even know him and Duval. You know what I'm saying? And I knew
the Duval
people that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I had class with him. I didn't talk to him, but I just when I had class with him, he was quiet as well. He didn't say much because he was so locked in. Because even like I was saying before, like in class, like I would see him like just writing rhymes during class.
But we really didn't know that we had a musical genius in our high school. We didn't know that. We didn't know. That man's a musical genius, bro. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, I never thought I'd be starstruck to see somebody that went to the same high school as me. I was. I didn't know him. I didn't know him at Duval, so he was just a musical genius. Like, it hit different when people like that's original. Like you know what I'm saying, that they got substance, it hits different, especially with him. Because the simple fact, like some of the advice that I like to give, I feel like it's still good advice, but I say it ignorantly. So to have IDK ignorantly dropping knowledge. Food, like it just spoke to me. Like everything that he would, so like it's good to have people like that. That's what I just can't stand when it's somebody that just wanna how many people like I rap but they sound like somebody and they saying the same thing. They don't have no substance, no kind of originality and nothing. You're like, okay, it's just another one, you know what I'm saying? But when you find artists, especially from the crib, like yourself, that's original and got some substance, bro, man.
Well, and music, music, what I've come to learn about music is when it has substance and it has like real true meaning, it ages well. It never really dies out. Like when you go back to it and listen to it, you have the same feeling you had when you first listened to it. Yeah. Because it's re-dishing out that message that was originally set forth when it was produced.
And when it has substance, it's timeless.
Right, exactly. I mean, it never gets old. Versus, there's artists out there who they may be telling a story, but the way in which they're telling the story, it doesn't resonate because it's saying a whole bunch of other stuff that people can't relate to or connect to because they're not living that type of life. So
when I was making a project, that was one thing I wanted to like really focus on, like trying to make and write lyrics that people could relate to more. Because for a long time, I felt like I was just rapping, but now I feel like I need to actually say something. Or the right guy, I feel like I need to get a message out there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good to see. Like, I wanted to ask you, like, what's your method? Are you a Wayne type person? You off the dome with it, or do you write? What's your method when it comes to like you going in the studio to get ready?
For this project, I wanted to come more spontaneous, so I did try the Wayne style. It worked, but for my style, I think writing is better. I've been doing it since I was 15 when I first started. So I do think writing is much more better for me, but I can do both. I can do both.
Okay. And like, are you like a one song at a time type dude, or you like the
Say shit, it take me like 1 hour on something, like a one line. So I'm a one song guy.
Okay, you want like meticulous type.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
I'm the same when it comes to my skits. Like it'll be a 1 hour skit, and I spend like an hour, 2 hours on it. Cause
like with that one little part.
Yeah, like because I want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want it to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, like I can imagine like trying to do like a couple. You know, a large amount at one night.
Oh nah. So
You know what I'm saying? Like I can do it,
Yeah.
but it's like that's draining, and
Yeah.
it's like something that you got to prepare for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. On this day, I'm going. Like I'm gonna get.
I'm gonna knock
make
out
sure
5
good
songs
and
in the
that.
studio. Nah,
You know what
nah.
I'm saying? Oh, okay.
So
So
I'm
you
a-
just strictly just one day.
Yeah, it's a
song.
I'm gonna sit down, lock in with the beat, and go from there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it's interesting here, y'all. You know, just talk about that dynamic because we've had people come on who they just record,
Mm-hmm.
and that's their thing. But from and this is the question for both of y'all because from y'all standpoint, from a comedian standpoint and from an artist standpoint, when you're creating, your skits or your project and it's one part at a time, do you think so when it's finished, is it more meaningful when it's complete because you took so much time and energy in making sure that, okay, no, I want this to look and sound a certain kind of way, so I'm going to take my time on it so that way when I release it to the world, it's the way I want it to versus let me just put something together and put it out there for the masses and not really I guess be satisfied with the product.
It really depends. Well, my end, it really depends. Some of the videos that what I'm saying that I heard and did real quick, it did real good. Yeah,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It did real good, and it's one like something that I felt like it was like a thought that I've been marinating on, and then I just did it real quick, and then it just responded really well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it really depends because it's been times where I was meticulous on something and it didn't turn out like I want to, and it didn't make me feel fulfilled for real because it was like the opposite. Because I put so much into it, but it didn't really do like I was supposed to. So I try not to be hot or cold when it comes to that, because I don't want to like, you know what I'm saying, ruin my, ruin my what's the word? Confidence. Ruin my confidence, momentum, you know what I'm saying, and then like trying to like keep doing it. Because if you keep thinking about it, especially from a person like me, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm still trying to, get up and, gain my followers up. It's like I can't get in that mindset of being too hot or cold when it comes to that. So I try to be even keeled when it comes to it. And then if it does good, it do good. And if it doesn't, still try to be even keeled about it, but try to see what is something I do right and do wrong. It's just, with me, I just want to, no matter if I do it real quick or if I take long, I don't want to look at a video, and I did this like when in the beginning, and look at a video and regret. I should have said it like this. I should have did it like this. I should have posted out like this. I should have cut this off. You know what I'm saying? So no matter if it's real quick or if it take a long time, if I could put it out there and not have a regret about what I did in that certain, skit, then I'm good with it, no matter what it do.
About to say with me, what's the question again? My bad, bro.
So when you do your songs or most of your songs that turn into the project, when you do it one at a time like that, when it's done, do you find that you have a greater sense of appreciation for how the product turned out?
Oh yeah.
For the way in which you did it versus just dumping it out there to the masses?
Yeah, definitely. Because at the top of the year, I dropped "You Still Got It," the EP.
Yeah.
I'd mixed that myself because I was in a rush to hurry up and get something out to the people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So I was sitting there. I think I was making What's Left actually, and I said, if I want this shit to go anywhere that I think it could go, I need to sit down, get somebody else to mix this shit, invest in myself, and go from there. So, yeah, I would say it. When you take time to do things, it does feel more impactful and more meaningful. Yeah, I would say that.
Gotcha. All right, you want to jump into your topic first?
You can do that.
All right, let's play that. Let's play that video, Brian. Let's get right into it.
Let's go.
Let's get right into it. What's up? Good morning.
Oh, okay, no problem. What is like? What's I'm gonna say a couple people that you would like to work with from here, and your dream people you would like to collab with.
Okay. From here, I want to work with my man Ty Rellington again. We worked on this song called Boomin'. Guy named Don Anthony. Ever heard of him? Cool dude out of Sulan.
Okay. Look him up.
Don Anthony. Say locally it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot that I can't keep up with.
Yeah. I'll come back to locally, but dream wise, overall, Drake, J. Cole, some of that Dreamville Camp bars, Spitter, that whole Jet Life Camp. Yeah. Anybody who's be on some real chill shit. Anybody who don't be doing too much.
Lupe.
Lupe. I was a fan of the Cool. I was a fan of Food and Liquor. I haven't dived into his catalog post that.
Yeah, me either.
His views on shit. I feel like
when I look at Lupe, it was like, damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie.
What the fuck happened to you?
Him and B.O.B.
Kick push. Kick push.
But I'm telling you, Lupe was that man.
He was that man growing up,
bro. It's just his views on shit. Like it make you turn off to his music. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like,
all right, you ready for the Yeah, you ready for the video?
Yes.
Let's jump into it.
People who have had nothing but negative dating experiences can be dangerous. But what's often overlooked and not talked about enough is how being a good person to someone who hasn't had any negative experiences can also be dangerous. You don't know good until you've had some bad. Imagine your first car in high school or whenever you got your first car. Imagine it being your dream car. So maybe your dream car might have been a Rolls Royce. And your family, they had the bag and they got your Rolls Royce, your dream car. It's your very first car you've ever had. You're going to mess up that car. You don't know what it's like to not have your AC work. You don't know what it's like to be in a bucket. You don't know what it's like to have a window that don't roll up properly. So now you in a Rolls Royce doing donuts, hitting stop signs, putting cheap gas inside of it, and not even cleaning it. And it's not that you would intentionally be trying to.
When I seen this video, it reminded me. It was one episode when I was like, I wish we would when Jordan and why That's Why You Block was on to ask him, you know, why women are afraid of a good man. And when he said that, I just automatically thought of that. I was like, is that why? Is that a reason? I'm kind of like up in the air about it. Like I'm like, I don't know. The first time I got something good, I kind of like kept like when I got my Saviato, bro. Like when I finally had on like something that cost like a nice amount of money, but I didn't spill ketchup on it like I did all the other stuff and all. But I was like, you know what I'm saying? I had bibs on going to the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was certain stuff when, you know, I did get like, you know, what's an example? Shoes. Some real expensive shoes. I did fuck them up though. Like I fucked them up bad. Fucked them up bad. Like my first J's, like first expensive J's, I had the 6. Fucked them up bad. So I can see both sides of it, but it's real interesting. You know what I'm saying?
But when it comes to the dating aspect, I don't know. I mean, because things that I have, like material possessions, like I try to treat it all the same. So like if I come across something good, I'm gonna try to keep it if I can. Yeah. If it's not detrimental to me and my growth. It's the same thing when it comes to, you know, like women I've been in relations with. Of course, everything starts off good, right? Because it's fresh, it's new, and of course, like I'll try to hold on to it if it's not a detriment to me. But situations that turn out to be not so good, you know, then of course at that point, then I discard it.
Yeah.
Or just even when it comes to like a favorite sweater that you had that you can't fit no more. Well, I mean, it does you no good. You have to get rid of it now because you can't fit it.
But from where he was coming from, it was like if you never like experienced having that type of hoodie before and then getting it, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like what I got from it. Like he was like people, like would you mess with somebody that has no kind of negative experiences and nothing, like never went through nothing? Would you you know, it's just as dangerous because they don't know how to deal with a good relationship.
I mean, I would.
I wouldn't. It just depends on the person.
Taking a risk.
I mean, are you?
I mean, okay, from my standpoint, I would because they're not poisoned by the world. Or what they know is how they grew up, right? So if they grew up half decent and they're a half decent person, I mean, even though they don't have any negative views or experiences from the world, I would still take a hard look. Yeah, I mean that wouldn't be a deter for me.
So like, not now, obviously, but like, if he was still single, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I would
like a person that never been in a relationship like our age, like you will like just
hold on. Now you're going down. Never been in a relationship.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I'm getting it from. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? If nobody ever been through ups and downs of a relationship, if they like only like had high school relationships, you know what I'm saying? Like
that don't count.
That's what I'm saying. As a grown person, you haven't had a relationship with nobody?
Well, then that's where you have to ask the question, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, that's why I say this depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? If it's just been a happy-go-lucky and you don't know what rain feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be hard.
When the rain hit you.
And when the rain hits you, it might hit them way harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't never experienced rain.
With the age that we're at now, everyone has experienced rain. That's our age.
Some people haven't.
What?
Some people haven't.
But no, it's like heartbreaking just getting that. Some people don't.
Some people haven't.
We talk about relationships, right? No rain.
No rain.
I'm not buying that, bro.
I'm telling you.
Some dude that's out here just, hey.
Okay. What you think? Oh, it's simmering right now. Okay. All right.
I'm just saying,
man. Because we 30. At this point in the game, if you haven't experienced no rain, Something's wrong.
That's what he's saying. He's saying a person that experienced all rain is just as bad as a person that experienced no rain.
But I mean, I don't know. Look at the society we live in. How can you not experience no rain? Because if you're not experiencing no rain, you should be married, right?
Not necessarily.
Come on, bro. What?
You can be coddled. It's people that's been coddled. We have a friend that's like 20 years old.
That's
but
different.
she's
Look
like
at the age.
She's like 20, but I'm still. I'm just saying that because this is somebody we know. Like personally, I seen people who's like 25, 26, ain't been through shit at the crib, ain't been through nothing for real. I just know this person personally. That's why I named it. But it's people that's been there. I seen, YouTube stories. YouTube videos of people talking about the experience. I'm like, how you ain't went through none of this at this certain age?
Because they're not dating. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Right.
But they're gonna have to date somebody. Would you date them? That's what I'm saying. Would you date them?
No.
Exactly. That's his point.
No.
That's his point.
No, I wouldn't. I mean,
that's his point. Who would you trust a new car with? A person that drove new cars before, or the person always drive buckets? Who would you trust a new car with?
Me.
Fool. Answer the question. I'm just saying.
No, I'm being serious. Like someone like me, because I've driven new cars before.
Exactly. My point. That's my point.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
That's my point.
No, I need somebody with some life experience.
Mileage.
If you only drove Saturns and you got this Maybach, nah, I'm gonna trust the other person that's drove in the Maybach and the Ferrari.
I'm just saying that. Like if
you're not about to whip this Maybach like no Saturn, I'll slap.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying like if you
some
are
people try to do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's his point.
Right. Okay.
That's his point.
Okay. I just think if you are closer in art to our age, you have to have some life experience.
That's what I'm saying.
If you don't have life experience, now if you come across that person and don't have life experience, okay, now I gotta ask questions like, what's going on?
That's a red flag.
Yes.
Right.
A super red flag.
Right. It may be a red flag. All right, like what's going on? Now if you're younger,
it's understandable a little bit, but at the same time, you gotta go out of that shit.
Yeah, and you're into dating someone who's younger, and they don't really have a lot of life
Which
experience.
I'm not.
That's not necessarily a red flag because they're young. They haven't really lived that much yet.
Yeah.
But here it comes.
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
TRI intern has a question. Go ahead.
So, is it working? So I know how you said that you need someone with experience, right? Or someone who has experienced rain. Do you need someone who has experienced a storm, or is rain okay? Because you can be in a relationship and then grow apart and be like, like we broke up because we grew apart. Or some people are like, no, we broke up because he was cheating and manipulating, and that's a storm. So is experience a storm, or can experience just be rain?
It can be either. It can be either, but
Yeah.
too much of any of that is an issue.
Right.
If all you did was rain, then what's really the
Now
issue?
that's a red flag too.
And then
right.
too many storms, that means that person's battered. So that's a whole different story. Let me tell you something, okay? You've been through a lot of tornadoes.
Yeah.
When you see a storm, you're gonna be like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna react different.
Yeah.
You've been in a lot of tornadoes. What's going on? Nah, we don't get tornadoes right here. You sure? No, we don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they gonna be battered. You know what I'm saying? You've been through a lot of storms. You're gonna go through something. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna react a certain way because all you know is storms. Mm-hmm. All you know is rains. Right. So too much of anything, too much of any of that's a no-go for me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got that going. What their damn name is? You know what I'm talking about? The damn toxic couple. Blueface and Krishan.
Yeah.
Them niggas are stormed out. They came together and made a national disaster. The man that knocked her father out. She beating the shit out of her mother. I don't want that, love. You can keep that.
That's too much.
You keep that. The sex part be fire. That's the sex shit. I don't know. See, that's what happens when niggas that know nothing but storms come together. You get that.
Whole bunch
You
of
get
chaos.
national disasters. See, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. It's so awful. And I look at it, I'm like, bro, and they love it. Love it. Got her his face on the neck right here. When they see me, they see you. Oh my God, I don't need that. I don't need that love.
I can't do it.
I don't need that love.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
What you think about it though, cuz?
I say, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. But dog, say, I forgot the question. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a super bean with you.
Would you? Do you think a person with no like that has to deal with no rain is just as bad as a person that's dealt with all rain?
And when you say rain, you mean like the bad shit of the relationship?
It just went through all bad shit.
So if they went through all bad shit, then like
Y'all talking, getting to know each other, and she ain't say not one good memory. It's all dark. Like I'm like, damn. Like you bring me down.
Say, what's wrong with you? Then
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But is it just as bad? Is it just as bad as a person that just went through all good shit? Ain't been through nothing, no relationship, no kind of adversity, nothing. It's all.
I think so.
It's all roses.
Shit, it can't be all roses. They can't be like.
That's precisely my point.
It can't be all roses. You had to have gone at this age, like you said, at this age that we at, you have had to have gone through something when dealing with somebody. Mm-hmm. Like if you haven't, why not? Then that's
the point. Yeah, that's what we got to talk about it. Like how you not been through Nathan?
I'm just saying, if you haven't, this is my opinion. If you haven't, at our age, if you have not had any bad experiences with people, either you're not dealing with them, or you should be married. Or you're not.
How you marry somebody with no rain? You can't marry nobody with no rain.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Bro, you can go right down to the courthouse, jump the broom. You
can't. I mean, literally, you. Oh, okay, nigga. Literally, you can. Literally, you can. But I'm saying, like,
but when it rains.
That's what I'm saying. Are you gonna have an umbrella or you running inside? Like, that's what I'm saying. How you know you gonna deal with rain? How you know you gonna deal with it? Are you going outside of your bikini? You know what I'm saying? Or you covered up with the umbrella, with raincoat? How you treat the rain? You gonna run away from it, or you gonna deal with it?
Yeah.
I need to know.
I mean,
I'm not, bro. I'm not marrying nobody. We've been together for like a year and a half, 2 years. Ain't nothing happened. Ain't nothing went wrong. We went through the honeymoon phase.
You hiding something then.
It's something going on. You acting too good for some reason.
Yeah.
That's making me think. I'm like, no, you not too perfect, shawty. What's going on?
Right.
Hold up.
For real.
Hold up.
Oh, here we go.
Revert that back.
Huh?
Say what you just said again.
Well, like, you can't have like a honeymoon for like 2 years. It's gonna make me feel like it's something going on. Like, it can't be perfect for that long.
Okay, so by stating that, you're over speculating something's wrong with her?
Not necessarily wrong with her, but she got to be hiding something. It got to be something. Something got to be wrong. You can't be.
But what?
It sounds like you've dealt with a lot of rain, and now you're projecting it onto her. What if she's happy?
Yeah.
Because now you are upset that she is not reacting the same way that you just said would be problematic for you to deal with her.
Because you're over expecting something bad while everything is all good on her end.
Exactly. You just said you don't want to deal with people who have storms.
Well, I don't think if it gets to 2 years and nothing bad has occurred, you necessarily in your head are saying that, okay, well, it's been 2 years and we haven't been through nothing. Something is going on. I think it's more so. It's more so because things realistically are going to occur. It's how you interpret whether it's rain or whether it's a storm. Because people interpret and deal with things differently. Some people may think, okay, well, this is a storm. or some may say, okay, well, this is just rain, or whatever, and it passed by.
Yeah. What? Okay. Let me break down more of what I would say. Like, far as like, I'm not saying far as her, but like we never argued about nothing. We never had an issue.
That's crazy.
You know, that's what I'm saying. That it would feel weird. You know what I'm saying? To never have any issues at all.
Again, why are you over speculating that? What's the problem? I mean, what I'm hearing is it's like, if there's no problems, you guys are not arguing, why you want to have rain, as you're calling this, or have some type of, precipitation come along here to ruin something that's already all good?
Because the simple fact that, like,
you want drama?
No, I don't want drama. But with any relationship, you're going to disagree with anything. She agreeing to everything. Nothing bothers her.
Yeah, because if
that's off-putting. I've never seen that before. Any kind of relationship I had, not even in a friend relationship, a boss relationship. I never experienced that. That would throw me off. I'm not going to like press her out, look through her phone or anything. I'm just going to be like, yo, like. What ticks you off? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You
I'm
agree
just
with me
gonna
on
ask
everything?
questions.
Like, yeah.
I just want to know, well, how would you? Because we never, like, because forever is a long time when you marry somebody.
Right.
So, like, I need to know how you deal with stuff. You know what I'm saying? How you deal with an argument. We never argument for this long. Like, how would I know it? Then I marry you, and then I realize you treat arguments terribly, and now we married, and I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know you argue like this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you argue like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as the first argument you get to is after you married, motherfucker, oh shit, who I married? Who did I just marry? You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. I'm not like projecting anything. I'm just gonna be like, it has to be, we has to disagree something. And and I want to know how you feel, how you react to disagreement. Can we disagree and not have an argument? Yeah. Or have everything has to be an argument? If I never dealt with that with you, I will question that when we get married.
No,
it's forever. You feel me?
I mean, because it's not that if everything is going well, all of a sudden you're going to think, okay, well, let me find a reason for something not to go well.
Yeah.
It's more so,
I've done that too.
Right, like, okay, we've been good all this time and nothing bad has occurred. Okay, but when something does bad occur, okay, how are we going to get through this? Because we haven't been through Nathaniel yet. Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing. So, that's an important question.
She not even mad that you leave the toilet seat up. Like, what's going on? Like you're not mad at, you don't get mad at all? That's cool, but I'm just saying, like, I need to know.
Something ain't right.
You know what I'm saying? I need to know. Before I marry you, I need to know the good, bad, ugly, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't see the bad and the ugly, and you just know the good, you're just like, is this a dream? You know what I'm saying? I need to know. I just need to know how you would deal with certain situations. If we're not put in that situation, how I'm going to know? It's forever. That's what I don't understand when people be rushing into getting married. That is forever. I know Kim K make it seem like it's not forever, but it's supposed to be forever.
Well, I mean, if you know though, bro.
She thought she knew 5 times.
Well, we're not talking about her.
With you.
We're not talking.
I'm joking, but
we're not talking about her. But like, just like normal everyday people, like, if you know,
it's people that's going through that now.
Right, if you know, you know.
My man thought he knew. My bro thought he knew. I'm never gonna bring that situation up. He thought he knew. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, he know he is. He thought he knew.
Yeah, I mean.
I told him.
I got a few of those.
I told him.
That I know.
I told him, bro.
I've been down that road too.
Here's the thing, bro. This is what I be trying to tell people. I see things clearly for other people than my damn self. Yeah. So if I'm telling you, please listen to my big ass. Please. I just want.
It's not your choice at the end of the day. Bro.
It's not.
I mean, I know you try. I know you want to do it because I've done it a few different times. I've told people, hey, this person ain't for you.
Ain't at all.
But then they went and they jumped the broom, and 6-8 months later they doing an annulment, and now it's a wrap.
Lord Jesus.
I mean, so I hear you. I mean, if they think they know at that time, that's their choice. If you spent lavish amount of money for the ceremony and all of that, and or whether you spend a few $100s, I mean, hey, I mean that's your choice at the end of the day. I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, you shouldn't be with that person. I'm just going to recommend, like, hey, this is what I see. Versus, I know you, I don't really know them, but this is just what I see, and I just leave it at that. I'm not going to. I ain't going to tell someone, yeah, you shouldn't jump the broom with this person. I'm just going to say I recommend that you should take a little longer to look at it first before you make a decision.
Yeah. It just hurts, you know, especially when you're close to that person. He'd like, hey, I'm cutting. Like, I told you.
I tried to tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
I tried to tell you.
Niggas don't listen. Or people don't listen.
But when, so going back to the topic, I know when I was younger, when I was in my early 20s, you know, whenever I was dating, or not dating, but in relations with someone, you know, we'll get to like that 3-month mark, the 6-month mark, and nothing will really occur, right? And then I would hear that famous phrase, you know, like, oh, like this is too good to be true kind of thing. At that point, like when I would hear that, I'd be like, why? You know what I'm saying? But now understanding what it was is that like those folks, they were used to like a whole bunch of toxic shit going on from the jump. So if nothing was occurring,
it don't feel normal to them.
Right. If nothing was occurring for a few months and everything was going well and there wasn't really nothing, it wasn't really no rifts like that, and they say, oh, this is too good to be true kind of thing. Now, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, like, do you live for that kind of life as far as drama and, you know, heavy rain and heavy winds? Like, is that what you want?
Unfortunately,
or are you learning to embrace this now, and this is, you know what I'm saying? Because people at different phases of their life, they like different things, you know, for better or for worse. And they had themselves stuck in these situations where, okay, well, this person may not be good for me, but I feel like I'm stuck with them, or this person is good for me, but I'm not quite ready for that type of person because I want to live like this first. So,
shit.
What do you think, TeeJay?
Say, come back to me.
No.
I mean, I feel like it's interesting. Just coming from that aspect of a youngin, you know what I'm saying, and like.
I mean, because not too long ago, we were like, we're still young. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too long ago, like, we were very inexperienced with dating and dealing with people.
Yeah. And
so now hearing that at our age, oh, it's too good to be true. Like, what?
I'm not going to hold you. That's why even though.
What?
Even though.
Still saying that?
Yeah. Even though that experience was awful in my last relationship, I'm so glad I dealt with that. So I can have, you know, clarity on just paying attention to red flags and not feeling like I can change the aspect of something that somebody said about their damn self. You know what I'm saying? If somebody said they're going to do something, don't act like you can persuade them for not doing their self after they just told you that's their self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
in a indirect way, yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted it so bad, and she was telling me all the red flags. Like, she was throwing me so many red flags. I was so blinded to the fact that I didn't want to deal with this again. I told myself the next one was going to be the last one.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
And I was blinded by all the red flags because of that. Mm-hmm. And because of that, you know, you know, that I can still say it's still the best I ever had. I'm heartbroken and all.
Right.
Still. You hear me? That joint. Oh, have mercy. Let's not go back at that, but still.
Say, but when somebody,
but
when somebody's showing you them red flags, it's like you can't not pay attention to them.
This is precisely.
You can't not pay attention to them, especially if they keep coming up. Especially if they keep coming up.
Yeah, but I mean, when we're younger, and you know we don't have any experience, and we think, damn, like it's going to be hard to find another one like Like that one. To your point.
Bro, trust
Yes.
me, trust me.
And it wasn't like I was like super young, but that was my first relationship as a grown person. Only had one relationship, like one like legitimate relationship as a grown person, and it was that one.
And I think once you, I think
So it goes back to what he was saying. Because I never really went through a relationship as a grown person. And I just ignored all the red flag after red flag after red flag.
But I think part of the reason why you ignored the red flags is because you put yourself in a space, in a mindset of thinking, okay, like this is what I want. Like this is like no shit, truly what I want.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't put yourself in that space, I think it wouldn't have. You would have been inclined to leave sooner.
Yeah.
But since you put yourself in that space where you was like, no, like this is what I want. It was a lot harder to let go because you attach yourself to that person in that way.
And when you say this is what I want, you're gonna try your hardest to try to make that shit work. It don't matter what the fuck it is. You're gonna try your hardest to try to make this shit work. She could be doing the most craziest shit in the world. Could be green light, just all these red flags and all that. And
No, that's a fact. I ain't gonna hold you because it's a 24-hour Hardee's in Glen Burnie. Like when I want some Hardee's, I would take that 25-minute drive. I ain't gonna hold you. Take that joint. So I get what you're saying. That's interesting to look back at it now.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just go back, you know what I'm saying, to what he was saying. Because I really didn't experience a relationship as a grown person, so I kind of like fumbled the bag for real. And went through something I didn't need to go. Well, I needed to go through, but didn't need to go.
But
through
did you really fumble the bag though?
Huh?
Did you really fumble the bag though?
As far as my time, not her.
Okay, got you. Okay.
As far as the time and the stress it put on certain relationships.
Okay.
Because the simple fact that she lived right there. Ma come out the house, she could see Ma quickly.
Yeah.
Never wanted her to meet Ma that fast. Never wanted to meet Mikey that fast.
Damn, you know what? I wouldn't want to.
She met the whole crew. The whole crew. Mama and all that.
So she was your neighbor.
Yes.
So that's why I was kind of like,
Yes.
Hey, listen, I
Yes. And then like my sister was mad because I wasn't trying to, get her to know it. But I'm trying to pull on the emergency brake. You know what I'm saying? We just started. Like what? Like I didn't want y'all to meet them until like about a couple months down the road. You know what I'm saying?
So you could have a chance to see what everything is about.
Thank you. And that's why it got so crazy.
Damn,
like that.
Imagine being with someone.
She lived right there.
And then your neighbor, and it don't work out, and you have to constantly see.
It's right there. You know how bad it got. You know how bad it got. My sister one day, because I used to work in the morning too. And then my sister used to work in the because we used to work in the same time, same place. But I worked in the morning sometimes, and she worked at night, and sometimes she worked in the morning.
Yeah.
One day we walked past each other in the house. She was like, "Hey, bro," and I'm like, "What's up, sis?" You know what I'm saying? She was like, "I ain't seen you in like a week," and I was like, "Yeah." That's about right. That's about right. It was the job, hanging with the fellas, her house, or a job, taking her to work, hanging with the fellas, picking her up, her house. So when she said that, I was like, "Yeah, you about right."
Yeah,
I'm like,
you had to do the math for.
Yeah, I had to get it. I was like,
damn.
Carry over the one and the two. Oh, yeah.
Damn, it has been 20 days.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh.
Like, where the time went?
Yeah. Mama on the line, she said, I knew her before we was together. She knew her before she was, because she lived around the place. That's why it got like that, bro. And I'm like,
I can see now, yeah. That would be crucial. Walking out of the house and, shit.
And that's the thing. Those two collided. What he's both said. all the negative, she was nothing but rain.
Damn, and you know it's crazy.
She was nothing but rain. And I ain't really went through no relationship as a grown man, even though I've been through some shit, but I ain't never been through no relationship as a grown person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we both collided, and that shit was terrible. I mean, it was a hell of a ride, but it crashed off the chain.
We might not even get to my topic because something just came up in my head about spinning off from this topic.
What?
But imagine you so heavily involved with someone, right? They meet your family, right? They meet parts of your family, and then y'all don't work out, but there's still parts of your family that has a direct relationship or connection with that person.
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't been through that, not with them, because it's on site with everybody that on my side with her. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a misunderstanding.
Okay.
So I don't have to deal with that, but I've dealt with that. I've seen that happen. I've seen abusive exes cool with the brother.
So that it depends.
You know what I'm saying?
Depends on how you were.
He was fucking with you.
Yeah.
See, my
He did that to your sister, and you fucking with him, and you the brother. I seen that.
So yeah, like my family don't got no ties to my ex like that deep, but I'm still cool with like her cousin.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like.
That's my dynamic, yeah.
So I'm always be cool with her cousin. That's my nigga. Like that's my man.
Exactly.
But other than that, nah. Like,
I never went. I never went through nothing like that. The only person I would probably go through that with is her. But I never that close to nobody on her side, and everybody on this side it's up. They want to put them paws on her. It's gonna be a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's I mean, I don't want to divide it by gender because I'm cool with a few of my ex's cousins. Still to this day, like we talk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So,
well, I'm cool with a couple people that who I used to mess with. Like now we wasn't together, but we used to mess with. I'm cool with a couple people that you know what I'm saying, a cousin, a brother, a friend. I'm still cool with them. So like in that aspect, then yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with it. I don't know. I don't know. From my experience, from having female friends, I've always seen them try to avoid that. I don't know if that's totally true. You know what I'm saying? If you want, say something about that. But I don't. I just haven't seen too many females who dealt with somebody and like they was cool with somebody else. They try to avoid all that. I didn't seen it. I seen some, huh?
I think it just kind of depends on I think it just kind of depends on the type of woman and the family dynamic. Because with my family personally, exes stay around, like they always stay around. Break up, divorce, they still come for Thanksgiving, Christmas. They say hello to the person that they divorced.
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah, I'm so serious. My family. Listen. My family doesn't stop being your family because you broke up. Like literally, you know how my family's from upstate, right?
Yeah.
My uncle who passed away, his ex-girlfriend from high school still takes me back home. Like picks me up because she lives in Baltimore and takes me back home because she spends Thanksgiving with us. And even with my ex, you know how terrible our relationship was, but you know how, I still try to be, cordial, and I'm always kind and lighthearted. My dad still calls him to talk to him about the game. And like he will put me on three-way so we can all talk about it together, and I'll laugh and I'll giggle and I'll be cordial because I'm still a lady first. And then my ex also, he talks about how he appreciates it too because he never experienced that either. He's like, and I was like, don't get me wrong, you can't get me back. I don't like you, but you're a human being and you deserve respect. And my dad still likes you, so I can respect that my dad still likes you because the relationship that he has with you does not need to involve me.
Wow.
But that's just my family specifically. Yeah. We don't believe in cutting off exes.
But far as if y'all have that relationship.
No. Like as a whole, like even...
Like every ex, like
listen,
it no matter...
I can say this because, my whole family is honest about it. But my great-grandfather was abusive to my great-grandmother. They got a divorce. He got remarried. Until she passed away 2 years ago, he still came over for every holiday with his wife. Every holiday.
Wow. Okay.
We don't do that because we know how important family is, and especially if there's a child, that as soon as children become involved, now they're family. If you didn't want them to become family, don't introduce them to any of the children in our family, because our kids need to see family and unity in black homes. Like that's the biggest thing with us.
And but you know what? See, so that's why I brought this up, because when things go wrong with our relationships, we quick to cut each other off, right? Like including the families, right? Like, oh, we don't want nothing to do with this person, right? But if it wasn't like a toxic like relationship to the point where like it got like physical, because I think like that's the line like a lot of families draw, like when it's that bad. But if it wasn't that, and you don't want no type of relationship with this person because it just didn't work out with your daughter or son or whatever, well, I mean that's your choice. But to Tiara's point, I mean that's really refreshing to hear, because we cutthroat, man.
Yeah,
we don't want to.
You usually hear stories about that. You usually don't see that. I haven't seen that up front. I've seen stories in Tyler Perry plots, like that. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So I never really seen it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot more to say, but Brian got a lot. What's up?
I want to have this. This is a question for Tiara. At some point in time, do you feel that? Did you ever felt like, okay, this is not healthy for you mentally?
Oh, of course. I think that it is harder to move on. I've noticed that it is harder to move on when you see the people that you love and value the most still give them an importance. Because it was even to the point with my relationship, I was talking to my grandmother. But this was even on my mom's side. This is the family dynamic that I was talking about was my dad's side. But with my mom's side, I went on a date, and my grandmother asked me, like, oh, who is this person? And I was like, oh, like, I don't want to tell you his name yet. Like, I'll give you my location so you know I'm safe, but I don't feel comfortable giving him any importance to you at this point. And she was like, that's good, but I'm going to be honest. If you date anybody other than so-and-so or your ex, like, it's not going to feel right. I'm not even going to see them as your boyfriend. And I was like, so now I'm not going to show you anybody until he's my husband, because if it's not my ex, now my relationship doesn't even matter to you, because that's not the real one.
Yo, that's exactly what I was going to ask. That's exactly what, hey, Brian,
that is crazy.
Thank you for asking that, because I was going to ask the same thing. I'm like, yo, at the end of the I'm like, that's real tricky, because the way you sound, you saying that like every ex that like anybody has in the family, they sticks.
No, not every single ex, because some exes don't feel comfortable being around them.
Okay, bet.
The exes that are not bothered,
and
they come around and no one says anything.
But my thing is like, if you when y'all was together, if y'all was really close, cause I can kind of understand why. But if y'all wasn't that close, and then like you try to like still pull them in, that's an issue. That's an issue. That would be an issue for me. Well, I mean, because y'all wasn't even that close, first of all, and then second of all, it's no boundaries, because especially if it was, it depends on the person, like how you said. Now they anybody you bring home, they comparing it to this person because they love them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's blocking what I got to do what's best for me. It's boundaries at the end of the day, because this is my damn heart. You know what I'm saying? And the simple fact that just because y'all mess with this person, that don't mean I have to be with this person. You know what I'm saying? They give me real, you know what I'm saying, arranged marriage feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't got time for that. I'm a person. I have boundaries.
Right. I'll give you. I'm just, as you're talking, I'm reminded of the most classic, as a lot of people probably put him under the bus, Cosby episode I've ever saw was the Thanksgiving episode, where everybody got to meet Lisa Bonet's husband's ex, and they all accepted her. She, because of the storm and all that stuff, but they all accepted her. And hearing her story and things like that, to me, is just like, I understand you want to have that, represent that family dynamic, but honestly, it's like, there's a reason why they're an ex. And you want to accept and you don't, either the family doesn't want to accept the fact that they've broken up, or you feel like, oh, that's the person you should be with. Because why? Because they were together for X amount of time that you felt like she was, they were this or they were that. But no, if you gave them the full story of why they broke up, but you still accept this person to come into your house, eat your food, watch your TV while playing video games and all that stuff, that's a problem for that immediate family member.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel a type of way? You just said Thanksgiving. I wish I would see my ex at Thanksgiving.
They try to make it sound more ethical by putting it on the kids. Because a lot of people, especially with my family dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people, especially with my family dynamic, are breaking up or divorcing while their kids are under the age of 5. Like you're not breaking up within, because a lot of the people, if you're dating 1-2 years, maybe like the girlfriend or the boyfriend may come around here and there, but they're not family yet. You try to make them family when there's kids involved. Then you break up when your kid's 2, and now grandma is like, no, like, try to make this relationship work. That is the mother of your child. Try to make that relationship work. That's the father of your child. And they're putting it all in the name of family, but not family in the grand scheme, family as in the black home. Mm-hmm. So now sometimes they put that image over, your mental health. And then also, this is a stereotype. I recognize that. But the black home is very known for not talking about the issues that we have. We will hide stuff and disguise. There will literally be a predator, a child predator, a molester, like your uncle, touching your little cousins, and no one will say anything because they don't want to put a black man in jail. Like, we will cover everything in the name of family and unity.
Not Fast and Furious.
I get it to a certain extent because you want to keep children out of the romantic situations, which is why, parents suggest that you get married before you have kids anyways. But, we ain't gonna stop people from doing what they doing. But they're like, if you're going to make this decision and you decided to make this child, now you gonna have to sacrifice your happiness a little bit in order for your kid to grow up with the dynamic that they, quote unquote, deserved.
But I hate that. I hate the fact that we feel like we have to do that. We got to sacrifice our happiness and well-being just to keep a home together, even though that person does not make us happy. I'm not doing that because that's not good for nobody. I'm not happy. I'm not going to be able to be the best parent that I could possibly can if I'm not happy as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like I know somebody that's going through that. I'm not gonna put their name out there because you know what I'm saying. I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah. But I seen them going through it. They can't stand their wife. They can't stand their wife. But they there for because of the kids. They don't want to go nowhere. Right. See this is why. It's supposed to be like how you said. You're supposed to have kids when you get married. You're supposed to understand, like, for real, like, if you don't feel like family before we get married, I'm not going to marry you. That's the kill. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful who you get married and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, that shit irritates me. Like, you would sacrifice... People, you would sacrifice traumatic experiences just so you can be happy. Like, that shit is dumb. When I tell you, when you said that, I'm like, it's stuff that I said for my own family. And I ain't gonna put nobody's names out there, but the people in my family know who the hell I'm talking about. They know who the hell I'm talking about.
Get into it.
And and it's like you're trying to like push it to the back to the point that certain shit that happened to me when I was a kid, grandma ain't know. I said as a kid, I'm not saying as a grown man, break it down, I didn't know. What the fuck you mean you didn't know? It happened in your house. How do you didn't know that? What are you talking about? That was the time we was talking about how the suck it up generation. Yeah. Too many times our black people, our community had to suck shit up, and we getting used to that because of slavery times, because of civil rights times, because we had to suck up so much shit, so much terrible shit that was happening to us. We had to suck it up. We had to keep it pushing. And we keep having that mentality throughout generations. And that's the fucking problem. Yeah. We got to talk about this stuff, man.
Well, that's part of the reason why we have this show, to put that stuff out there. But the other thing is too, like, and I'm not making excuses for those people, but those people were in survival mode constantly. You know, trying to provide some sort of a decent living for them.
I'm not looking down on them because
Right,
that was situational.
Right.
This is not situational.
Yeah. What
This is
right.
This is a cycle
Right.
that we had to break.
Right.
Just because we had to do it back then, don't mean we got to do it now.
That's why when the onus is on our generation, millennials and zennials, to break that cycle, because to be frank, the older folks, they're not gonna do it.
They not. I see it.
Setting their ways.
They not gonna. They not gonna do it.
They setting their ways like a mug, Mo.
Yeah, they not gonna do it.
How the hell you calling me a child? Look at this. Grown ass man. Like, you need to stop playing. Like, listen to what I'm saying.
Because now to your point, because I've had to tell some of my family members, like, look, I'm not no little boy no more.
I hate when my people do that.
I'm not no little boy no more. So whatever.
I have a receding hairline.
So
Like,
whatever.
what the hell are you talking
whatever
about?
y'all used to say when I was a little boy, when I didn't really know much what was going on now. Oh, I know now. So if I have a question, I'm gonna ask you, and I expect an answer.
Don't.
I don't care how old you are. You could be 80.
I know he smacked the shit out you. You don't gotta tell me.
Like, we grown.
I know what happened back in the. I know what happened.
Yeah.
Let's stop acting like niggas don't know what happened.
Like, don't sugarcoat shit for me now. I'm grown. Like,
Right.
just let me know.
Right.
Not at all.
Right.
Like, bro.
Right.
When I'm 11, 12, 13, 14.
You need to hear that shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I know what negative, literally, the only kids, not even kids, let me use a different word. Adolescents are way more aware than you think. If anything, they're the most aware because their brain it's in a stage of development where it is soaking up literally every single action, word, and statement. That's how do you think they learn language? How do you think they learn behavior, culture? Like, they literally are soaking up everything. And then you will literally take a certain abuse. You'll take a certain, like, talk. Well, if it's emotional or vocal or physical abuse, and then you'll be confused on why they lash out at you or why they rebel against you or why they're like, I don't want to be anything like you, because they saw it.
Right.
Your eyes don't see different things when you become older. You may be able to comprehend it differently, but you saw the exact same thing.
Right. And the thing that the adults go back to is, well, I don't know why they acting like that. I didn't raise them to be like that. Well,
You kind of did.
you kind of did.
did.
You kind of did.
There's the classic commercial or PSA where the father sees his son. You know, he opens his box. It has all this paraphernalia of drugs and all that stuff. And he asks us, like, where did you learn this? And it's like, I learned it from you. And that's the truth. It's like, and it's, and the thing is like, and just as Tierra was saying, it's like, I was at an event, shout out to Real Talk Uncensored.
Shout out.
They had this huge argument, and they had a bunch of people around your ages stating the fact is like, you know, explaining what was going on in life in general and things like that. And pretty much the older folks were arguing them as like, you guys are still kids. And it's like, I literally stood up and said, they're not kids.
You can't say that.
They're not. And especially when they've seen a lot, know a lot, and they're not kids. You can't call them kids anymore.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. This girl right here is more mature than half of the videos I interact with. Videos. I used to work at a place called Labor Ready. Daylight Ready. 40-year-old men used to work there and all that. I'm telling you, these niggas act like little boys. Women acting like little girls. It's ridiculous. Instead of just going to get the job done. Like, what are you talking about? Then there's people like her who's like 19, 18, 20. They got wisdom. They got some fucking sense. You know why?
And that's what's up. That's good.
Right.
That's good.
You get stuck in your ways and all that shit. That shit is wild. It's wild to see people who's old enough to be your mama, your daddy, act like they in high school. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. And
Why
it's,
you on that?
Well, I mean, because the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
yeah.
I mean, because look who they were raised by.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, and it's that trickle down effect, and that's why I say it's the onus is on us now, our generations, to like start asking these questions because and press them out on these things that are going on in our family because we're not kids anymore. So to say or stay in a child's place, yeah, I ain't a child no more. So we're gonna have this conversation whether you want to or not.
Like,
Because we need to know.
What was really making me mad was when we was kids. When we was the kids, the age I was when we was kids, we the same age now. What the hell are you talking about? How are we kids? I don't understand that. I have a credit card.
Well, because we weren't paying bills. Well, I don't care if I wasn't paying bills. I was exposed to some shit that I didn't want to see.
At all.
So now I got questions. I need answers.
I didn't want to feel. And you been telling me this shit been happening this whole time? You said granddad died doing what? You know what I'm saying? What you talking about?
Listen, whenever I have my kids, if they got questions about something, we're going to talk about it.
Like it's
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be go outside and play or go do your homework or go do something constructive. Nah, I got questions. I may not be able to express myself on your level if you've been an adult, but I got questions and I understand perfectly what's going on. So yeah, how you want this to handle? Otherwise, I'm gonna go ask the streets.
Sadly, we keep preaching the fact that education is power, and when you keep denying young folks who ask questions, I understand that. And the more young folks keep asking questions, and you give them proper answers,
I love it. Yeah,
they're going to be more powerful than you ever imagined.
I love it.
I think the black home is also
Take the mic.
I think sometimes the black home or the elders get intimidated or insecure by educated
I would've
young
thinking that
people
too, yeah.
because with me personally, like my family grew up in like the hood. They grew up in like an urban environment. My parents decided I don't want that for my daughter, as you can hear by how I articulate my words. I grew up in I mean, come on now, let's be for real. You can hear how, and I talk that I came from a suburban area, predominantly around, white people, learned how to speak. That's why I speak the dialect that I do. So I am also a person that regardless with my activities or with my education, I will not bring it down for anybody else. Not in oh, I'm smarter than you. It's just that I find myself being more educated when I continue to push my knowledge. So when I'm speaking to an adult, I talk to them like they're an adult, and I use the vocabulary that I have. And a lot of my
You don't code switch.
No, it's I'm with family. I should be able to talk exactly how I am.
Exactly,
And so when I speak, and then they get upset because they're like, "You're trying to talk to me, like this, and I don't know." And it's like, "Whoa, chill. I thought you knew what that word meant. You tell me how I don't know so much. So when I was speaking, I thought we was here. I thought we was here. And now you're mad at me. So now you're yelling at me, and now you're trying to belittle me, even though my intelligence actually scares you because you don't know if I'm smarter than you or not." And so we keep our people down, and we don't answer any questions.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, until the only time we have you know what I've noticed too? The only time that we have unity is when we collectively come together to say we hate white people.
She's spitting. She said some shit on that one.
Yeah. And
That's a fact.
the thing is too, like, all white people aren't the enemy. There's a lot of white people out here who are championing us.
That's a
and
fact.
We don't even realize it.
That's a fact.
There was a lot of people a few years ago when we was protesting down in D.C.
They was out there heavy.
Who were out there? A lot of white people was right there with
They was on the front line because they know what the fuck they can
Man,
actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all know what it is.
Exactly. But we turn a blind eye to that and don't appreciate that. But we'll turn around and we'll appreciate Lil Ray Ray down the street
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's shit that we
who
should
not good for the community,
Yeah.
hurting the community.
Talking about Free Little Red Way. He done bust all them people down the street.
Just because he's the same skin color as us. Come on, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Truth hurts. We need to tell the truth. Sometimes just like and accept the truth.
Yeah.
Especially like we don't like to accept the truth. Like come on now. Like you gotta accept the truth. Like I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. What's the name? So I got this. I have an auntie. For the longest, the niggas.
We got 4 minutes. But
I got you. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm like for the longest, we thought she was homeless. We didn't know where she was. You know, she'll leave, come in, leave, come out. You know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't know nothing. So we like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Auntie, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, baby? Like, for the longest, we ain't say nothing. We just let you be in the crib for weeks on end, you know what I'm saying? And let you go out, and then you go in, you go out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, what's going on, baby? Like, for the longest, we thought you was homeless. Like, you keep coming in, you know, in and out there, now you back again. Like, we need to know what's going on. Do you have a crib? Okay, so you got a crib. Okay, I love your company, but do you have to be here for weeks at a time? Then all of a sudden it's an issue that I say that. Now you're going on me. Well, I come to hang with you, nephew. You don't never come. Don't do that. Don't act like we had that relationship like we just, you know what I'm saying, been making moves. I'm just simply asking, when you come, can you not stay for weeks at a time since you have a house, since you have an apartment? Right. What the hell? I didn't say don't come back. Then let's not stay for a whole week, a whole 2 weeks. Like, goddamn. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And now you pissed off and all that, and it's fuck yous and all. Oh, God, bad. All right. You know what I'm saying? Can we accept the truth? Like, damn, like, nothing I said was disrespectful and none of that.
Right.
It was like, yo, can we accept? That's my problem.
Yeah.
That people
with
can't
us.
accept the truth. Yeah.
We don't accept truth. And they try to reach for truth too much. We is the most reaching motherfuckers I ever seen. Everything is not racist. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh man, ooh, this is an amazing conversation. We didn't even get to my, and I knew we was gonna get to. We didn't even get to my stuff, but it's okay. We'll do that another day. But TeeJay, you got any closing remarks before we wrap this thing up?
Thank y'all for having me. Say y'all can find me on Instagram, TeeJay Marshall, Twitter, TeeJay Marshall _. I think TeeJay Marshall _. And that's about it.
What's that new album called? What's that new album called?
Galapagos. It's on Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff.
All right. That is it for today's show. Y'all appreciate the participation. Appreciate the participation in studio. We love you guys. Stay warm out there. Fall's in full effect. Y'all be safe out there in the streets. We are Spade of Spades podcast. We are out. Y'all be safe. Peace.
I'm bad to the bone. Not here to get it, then be gone. Kicking my feet up, cause right here where I belong. Coldest on the property. Just need you to acknowledge me now. All I want is respect. Pretty bitch that give me good sex. That good. Do what I do for the check.